Hey everyone, it's lunch and learn time. How are you doing today? Hey, if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, or YouTube, why don't you say hello? Every once in a while, I just get motivated. I see things that are going on as I'm looking at client sites or working on certain projects. And I'm like, this is a good time to share something online. So if you would join me, I'm just going to take about 30 minutes today for the lunch and learn. I'm going to do a short one. So if you'd like to rethink what you're doing for your digital retailing strategy, if you want to think about how you're targeting in-market shoppers with your advertising, I have a few challenges for you today. So let's say hello. I'm going to have a little LaCroix. Let's see who's online. Come on. I see some watchers, some eyeballs. Who's watching? Say hello. I'm not going to get started until someone says hello because I have a lot to share, but I'm not going to just talk into my computer and feel alone. This has been a great week, really breakthrough week for a number of dealer opportunities. And even marketing changes, new thinking in marketing, I want to share with them today. Gregory, come on. Dustin Lee, come on. Let's go. We got some people. Gregory, you join me on the morning walk often. And those of you who don't even know what the morning walk is, something I put on social media. Jake McCracken, Rick's here. Marcus here. Tony, Tortzad. Tony, what book of the Bible are you studying this week? Sean Hopper, John, come on, John, good to see you. And Mark and Peter Smith and Terry, come on, let's get going. Let me pop in a little screen here with the Lunch and Learn messaging for sure. Okay, so we have our Lunch and Learn world here, and I'm super excited that we can, share some time with you. I wanted to share with you that this is our 15th year of being in business. It's really exciting time for us. Over the years, very few companies, would you agree, have stayed laser focused in automotive marketing. People have come and gone. And hey, it's great to celebrate 15 years of work. And I'm also very proud, in addition to our agency business, that we've been able to be part of thought leadership and great education. So in November, we have our Automotive Analytics and Attribution Summit. We got a whole new website look coming this week. We got unbelievable announcements coming up for that. But in the spring, we are going back to Napa. We've booked it. It's the last weekend in April. Mark your calendars. And of course, every year we give out the AWA Awards. So it's been a pleasure. And I want to thank everyone who's here in the live stream or watching later. Thanks for making these 15 years possible. I do these lunch and learns because I want to help build the next generation of automotive professionals. 8 years, 9 books, right? So I've been doing this for 15 years, but over the last 8 years, I've been focused on education. And I couldn't be happier with this latest book. And the first part of the Lunch and Learn today is I want to help you see with new eyes how your website looks to consumers. Now, this is currently on sale at brianpash.com/shop. So I'll even put that on there. Let's just see, www.brianpash.com. There we go, /shop. All my books are there, so you can see that. But here's my point. This book is a breakthrough to help store managers, marketing managers, dealer groups to really understand how to lay out their local retail strategy. And I'm telling you, I love the people who are, selling digital retailing tools. But here's my problem. They have no backbone. Let me explain what I mean by that. They'll sell a dealer digital retailing tool. They'll even, do some training, but they won't go in and say, hey, Mr. Dealer, your baby's ugly. Well, what do you mean? Your website is too confusing. Your website is too distracting. Your website has conflicting messages. And as a result, hey, it's good business for us because Glenn and I have a 60-day digital retailing transformation program where we help create a brand promise, the marketing banners, fixing the merchandising on the website, cleaning up the call to actions, 60 days. We've been doing it now full time, and it's transformational. If you have digital retailing installed on your website and you're really not feeling you're getting much use out of it, you could be like this dealer I'm going to show you in a minute. But that's why we have this digital retailing customization, package. So I'm going to minimize myself, if you don't mind, and I'm going to show you some slides. And thank you, Tony, for the comment. You've written more books than the average person has read in that time frame. Wow, that's so funny. And now that I'm going to grad school, believe it or not, I am going for my master's in leadership and business leadership, to be specific. And man, I'm doing a lot of reading. And now I love to read. As a child, I didn't really like to read. But oftentimes dealers hire us to do an assessment of their business. Now, what do I mean by assessment? Hey, Brian, look at our website, look at our analytics, look at our Google My Business, look at how we're using the CRM. Hey, Dave from Trade Pending, welcome. You're going to love this, David. This is perfect timing for you to jump in here. And so we were doing an assessment for a Kia dealer, and I had a chance to present this recently, and it just said, I got to share this on the Lunch and Learn because this is the state of automotive retail. And I would love for anyone, if you wanted to be so transparent, maybe if you think that your digital retailing is also broken, maybe if we have a few moments, I'll pull up somebody's website. Like, yeah, Brian, we have it installed, but it's really not working. If that's you, then maybe you say, yeah, look up this dealer. But here's what we're going to do. Here's the question I have for everyone on the live stream. Do you make it easy for a consumer to know the affordability of a car? Okay. Maybe if you work at a dealership, do you want to answer that? Do you make it easy for a consumer to know the affordability of a car online? And then second thing is it clear on your website when somebody lands on a vehicle that they know where to start? Now, those of you who work in the Kia world, you know that Kia dealership websites are mostly red, okay? And David, thank you. Careful what you ask for. I love it. So in website design or call to action design, if you're going to have a primary call to action, it should be towards the top of the viewing pane, unless you're doing a content pitch where you're telling a story and at the end trying to sell something, it may be at the bottom. But for car dealers, your primary call to action button should be towards the top. And it should be a color violator. I've talked about this before. So if your whole website is red, the question is, what's the color violator on this page? And the color violator on this page happens to be the Capital One financing button, which of course is not what the dealer really wants. The dealer wants them to click on get today's price. It's red. If that's the primary call to action, it would be green, not red. It should be a color violator. So what do you think happens when I click on get today's price? Now remember, a consumer sees the MSRP, it sees the discount, it sees a price. And of course, most consumers know this is a gimmick because when we go shopping on e-commerce websites, we know every day the price is the price. Like you go to Amazon, you don't say what's today's price because it calculates it. Everyone knows that. You go to Macy's, you go to Zappos, the price is the price, except for the automotive industry. So what do you think happens when I click on get today's price? This is the question. What's the message we're sending to the consumer? So a couple things to keep in mind. Here's the lunch and learn lesson on merchandising. Their branded experience, which I blurred out, is subordinate, meaning they tried to call their digital retailing experience something, but notice how it's buried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 call to action buttons, and then their branded shopping experience, and that happens to be Cox Accelerate. Now, this is not a Cox problem. This is a dealer problem. This is a marketing manager problem. This is an agency problem. Everyone is involved in, or should be involved in, helping the dealer. But first of all, notice that they tried, that's a logo. That's supposed to be a wow experience. It's subordinate. Now, the first primary call to action, okay, is this get today's price. And I'm just going to tell you, it sends a cold message. Why? There's what comes up. Now listen, here's what it says. It says, no one's here to help you. No one is here in our virtual showroom. Oh yeah, we have tons of people in our physical showroom, but you're not serious. No, we want you to do business with us, but we're not going to answer any of your questions. But if you fill out this form, we'll chase you in the BDC. Super inefficient. It's an eye opener. If you change that red button, okay, if you change that red button to a conversation, you can double your sales opportunities per month. Double the conversations you actually have within market shoppers. Let's see, last month we converted at nearly 3%. How is that compared to others? So Tony, it really depends on a few things, whether you're primarily bringing organic traffic or you're pushing in traffic. The percentage is a little misleading, but I would say that what I define as conversion is conversations, not leads. So if you're saying I got 3% lead forms, then you could have had 6%, twice as many sales conversations. If you change that to a conversation, it would pop up a chat and say, hi, this is Brian. I'm a real person. I'm here to get you today's price. Who am I speaking with? And Tony, you would say, Tony. And the person would say, Kia won't allow us to show our low prices online, but I can text it to you right now. What's your mobile number? And Tony, 8 out of 10 people give the mobile number. The person texts the today's price and says, well, did you get it? Yes. Okay, so you can see the price is $22,000. That's $1,300 under our advertised price. Can I help you with payments? Can I help you with your trade? Meaning I'm talking to the people who are acting like shoppers. But this isn't the biggest problem. This is a big mess. Look at this, appraise your trade. When you click on this, it goes to True Car Trade Tool. But if you click down below, it goes to KBB Trade Tools. Guess what? 2 different experiences and 2 different trade evaluations. Let's go back to the original question. Are you making it easy for a consumer to know the affordability of this car? That includes the trade. Who in their bright mind decided to put 2 different trade tools on the same car? Now, it gets worse. The get pre-approved. Remember, these are all higher than the primary branded call to action of their digital retailing experience. Get pre-approved instantly. That sounds awesome. Like instantly, it takes them off the dealer's website to the ugliest form known to man. And 2 buttons down is another pre-approval form, but that's a pop over, which is fine, but it is a Capital One branded workflow. And then if you go down to the bottom, Cox Accelerate allows you to submit your credit. Hold on. 3 different financing paths on one vehicle. This is a crime. dealers are going out to the marketplace. They've installed digital retail like, oh, we make it faster and easier, mostly online to buy your next car. And they should put a footnote if you have a lot of patience and you understand how to buy a car inside and out. Now, I'm just going to pause for a minute. Does everyone see? I'll just go back a slide here. Does everyone see what I'm talking about? Why can't we look at our websites from a consumer point of view and say, we have a process? This is how people will shop online. And this is how they'll get a price if there's map pricing. And this is how they will appraise the trade. And this is how they will get pre-approved. We have one process. It's the Tony process for Tony Thorstadts, or it's the George process. You know, digital retailing has the potential eventually of being able to transact online. That's why companies like Roadster create their own subdomain. And recently, I had a demo of another product that is doing digital retailing, and they're doing the same thing, creating a subdomain. Here's the reason why. Digital retailing companies are realizing that dealers left to themselves, more is better. They'll put so many different distractions and banners and pop-ups. And I'm not even talking about pop-ups. Oh my God, how many pop-ups are coming over top of the digital retailing experience? They're penciling their deal and they're like, hey, $500. Like, no, hold on. I didn't need that $500. I liked the price that I saw. It's kind of sad. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't purchased my new book on modern remote retailing, you should. And if you need help, meaning you've picked Gubagoo or CarNow or Accelerate or Roadster or AutoFi or any of these companies that are providing transactional or near transactional tools, if you need help putting it all together, getting your marketing merchandise together, we have a 60-day program. It's $2,500. That's just one price. Boom, $2,500. You could reach out to Glenn and talk to him about that. I'll put his email, bcgcompanies.com. I'm teaching here today. This is not a hard sell. It's not about selling, but I'm just tired that the digital retailing companies don't have any resources or backbones to really simplify websites. And when you simplify websites, it's amazing. Now, the ultimate in simplification, go take a look at Matt Black Kia, New Jersey. One call to action button on their SRP, one call to action button on their VDPs. And when they did that, they had a 600% increase, 600% increase in people going through their digital retailing tool, which is what they wanted to happen. Oh, hold on. Let me get, like, if you're committed, it would work better. Oh, yeah. You have to decide whether you have a process or you're going to have Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat with 12 different colors and 12 different pop-ups. George says, many OEM digital retailing tools are driving dealers' traffic off their site onto OEM buying sites. Yeah, GM is a fail. I've never really worked with General Motors because they do not like me talking openly about their products, but their platform probably is the worst out of all the platforms that are available because it takes the consumer off the dealer's website. And that just doesn't make sense. And actually, the marketing merchandising, the tool itself is nothing more than a glorified payment calculator. The other tools, you know, the tools from CarNow and Gubagoo and Roadster and WebBuy and others are superior in what they can do. All right, let me tell you one other thing. Pivot, Lunch and Learn, Fixed Ops. So most of you know, this is just Keating Honda. You know that when you configure Google My Business properly, you should have a sales listing, a parts listing, a service listing. Now you'll see here, Keating Honda under departments has Keating Honda Parts Store and Keating Honda Service Center. Okay. Now, I want you to see there's appointments link, and most people send that to the service scheduler. Is anybody doing that? Saying, Brian, yeah, we set up the appointments link in Google My Business. And if you go to my website and or GMB, you click it and it goes to the service scheduling page. And are we all in agreement that works? John says, are there options in place for online digital retailing sales to the military? Great question. TrueCar ends its relationship with USAA, I think October 1st. And some of my dealers have come to me to build a way to market to the military folks. And there are actually some creative ways to do it. So if you were very successful with military leads through TrueCar, through USAA relationship, October 1st, you have to have a different strategy. And of course, there's different ways to do it, but there's not a digital retailing solution that, say, is customized for military, meaning they do have, many of them have the military discounts, but not like special pricing like GM employee pricing. Oh, if you're in the military, we have special pricing. But there are some ways to try to reproduce that. And if anybody, by the way, doesn't believe the stats that Matt Black-Kia had a 600% increase of people using their digital and completing digital retailing, just call up and ask for Matt Green Black. Yeah, Tony, I often hurt GM's feelings, but let's go through this. Most of you have this appointments link, and just like many people, it goes to a form. And I don't know about you, but how many of you want to fill out all this on a mobile phone? You don't. And that's why the amount of online scheduling has been much lower than it should, because we're still based on this form-based mentality. There's some really cool things coming to market with Team Velocity's Apollo website platform. They have some really cool things coming out on how online service scheduling works, more native, intuitive, more like an Amazon experience. But I want to share something that got brought to my attention. If you have X time, I want you to think about a new experience. If you have X time, and I don't know which other messaging companies have direct integration with X time off the top of my head, but I've had a couple of clients come to me and they say, well, how do we increase the conversion rates of our fixed ops campaigns? And I say, well, listen, do you have X time? And they, yes. Do you have Gabagoo? Yes. Okay. So think about this. From your Google My Business listing, you normally have a UTM tag, source, Google, campaign, Google My Business, service, whatever. Gabagoo has something called Live Play. And it will look at the referring URL of the person coming in and trigger an automated workflow. Okay. So think about this. What would be better from a Google My Business listing? And most of them are mobile. Somebody clicks on the link at Google My Business. Watch, let me pause. How about your service email marketing campaigns or your service texting campaigns? Think about how many emails go out to remind people about service, and you have a link and it says schedule your service online, and it takes them to this page. What if I told you, based on the UTM tag, a automated interactive messaging schedule conversation can happen? So it's called Live Play. And so the way I want you to think about it is, why wouldn't you give customers two choices? And when you give them a messaging solution to book online, I know CarNow has integrated scheduling. Gabagoo has integrated scheduling. Now, I'm not sure who's integrated with Xtime or the CDK scheduler, but here's what I want you to know is that if you now understand what Live Play is, based on a URL and a UTM tag, a chat box can pop up. And it could say, hey, I'm Melanie, I'm a real person, and I'm here to schedule your service. Or if you want a bot to do it, and it'll be like, have you serviced with us before? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, well, I can look up your card by giving your phone number. And it walks them through the booking with 2 to 3 times higher conversion rates. So GMB drives service traffic to your website. Email marketing drives service traffic to your website. Paid search. Oh, hold on, Brian. You mean if I know what an offer was or an intent was, I could pop up. Oh, this goes for trade as well. For example, Car Now has trade pending built in. I don't know what other services have trade pending built in. But if it is built into Gabagoo, it can be a live play where your email says, hey, get your trade value. Instead of forcing them to use a tool with a form, why not have a conversation? Oh, so here's another way we can embrace conversational converse, reduce the number of forms, but do it in service. Is anybody smelling the money there? I don't know. Sometimes when I do lunch and learn, we're on a slight delay. So I don't know if people are enjoying this idea of taking that appointment link instead of a form to give them a form or a live play, which allows the consumer to book their service appointment in a conversational way. So I want to use a slide from a presentation that I did. Okay, so David said trade pending is built in the Gabagoo, Car Now, Roadster, Dealer Inspire, and about 6 dozen other auto tools. Excellent. That's a great idea. Then here's the cool thing. You could have a Google My Business product called, Value Your Trade. It could trigger the live play for trade. So if you're a Gabagoo client, you ask for their live play package. If you're a Car Now client, you would ask them for their automated workflows. I forget what it's called, Engage Now or something like that, or Convert Now, I think. I want to talk about marketing, and here's a challenge to all marketers. Dealers, there's a painful question as we embrace the conference coming up, Automotive Analytics and Attribution Summit. We're going to be talking about marketing automation tools. We're going to be talking about using OTT and a targeted video digital strategy, lots of topics, digital retailing, of course. But one of the things that hit me is when you're advertising, do you know where in the funnel the consumer is being impacted? Meaning, hey, you're doing a Facebook campaign. How would your agency respond if you ask them, well, where in the funnel are these consumers? Oh, I don't know. You see, if you ask Cars.com or Car Gurus or Auto Trader, they'll tell you that around 30 million people are shopping on their website a month. But there's not 30 million car buyers a month. In fact, it's about 500,000, right? Active inventory ready buyers on a monthly basis that we can identify. Meaning there's about 4.5 million people who've come down through the funnel. They're towards the bottom and they're looking at year, make, model, car buyers, year, make, model. But only about 500,000 are inventory ready buyers that you can see their behavior online. Remember, there's cars that are being sold through lots of other different methods. And I just wanted you to think about this idea. What if you could really target the last mile, the inventory ready buyers? And if you could, what's the most effective medium? For years, you've known that video is the most effective medium to influence a buying decision. Google's talked about this for years. There's hundreds of studies. A static banner on a website for retargeting is not as effective as a non-skippable video playing to someone on their mobile device or on their desktop or in their home while they're watching Hulu or YouTube or something. And it's pretty amazing now that we're rolling out for our customers last mile targeting with OTT video and video in general, video on Facebook, video on Google, video on premium OTT channels, non-skippable, so that when somebody's in that final mile and they're down to, am I going to buy from Tony or am I going to buy from Peter, that we can interject into their video viewing a non-skippable video. So it can be an 8-second non-skippable, it can be a 15-second non-skippable, but what if we took it another level, that the video was the car that they were looking at with the price that was posted, meaning dynamically generated video and targeting the last mile. You see, dealers should have a branding strategy, right? And that goes into the digital retailing conversation we started with. Then they need a make model strategy that's local, because a lot of people are in mid-funnel or in that make model search. And then when they get down to that last mile where they've landed on a year make model, now they're thinking about where to buy it. We have the ability now to target those people with an effective video message. And the results are phenomenal. And so if you're thinking about OTT and still thinking it as a spray and pray, there's another way to think about it. Is there's a whole reason for OTT and branding. Maybe you want to do your digital retailing message, great. Maybe you want to do a buy-in program, like you're looking for inventory, so you want it, hey, we'll give you top dollar for your used car. You don't have to buy from us, almost like, CarMax commercial. But when it gets down to year, make, model, and then the final mile, you really want your brand to be clear, relevant, and contextually accurate. And so if you're a dealer watching today's and you would like to learn more about that, I'm just going to put it here, Brian, at brianpash.com. We can talk more about doing OTT video for the last mile. That's, super, super important, to me. So there was our Lunch and Learn program, 30 minutes, as I told you. Let me just give you 3 reminders. Let's see, 3 this way. Number 1, September 30th is the last day for early bird pricing for the AAA Summit. And if you buy your ticket in September, you also get my my Google My Business certification course and optimization course for sales and service for free. And let me just get the URL where you can buy your ticket. Remember, it is just until the end of September. You get the early bird pricing. There will be no other pricing discounts. Okay, we are not desperate for people to attend our conferences. So if you want the best price, it's September 30th. And you get my Google My Business optimization course, online course with lots of video modules to help you really elevate your Google My Business, just to September 30th. Also, this week, we announced a Pay It Forward program, second announcement, for people who are in NADA Academy. Does anybody know of someone who's currently in the NADA Academy? Oftentimes, dealer principals send their children to NADA Academy, or someone gets promoted in an organization and they're going to be a general manager. So they send them off to NADA Academy. It's a lot of work. And we believe that our upcoming conference is the perfect supplement or complement to that education. So we are offering any dealership employee who is in NADA Academy a $99 ticket. And that's good right up until the event. You just have to show your credentials that you're currently enrolled in the NADA Academy, going for your certification. We want to invest in you. So if you're in NADA Academy or you know people, we just spread the word, maybe on social media today. Hey, if you're in NADA Academy, all they have to do is call Dawn Pash, okay? And I'll put Dawn's name and the phone number here. It's not online, okay? This is just a promotion to the industry. If you are in NADA Academy and you want to attend the AAAS Summit in November, you can do it for $99. Okay. The early bird tickets are $299. They will go to $399. So it's really a $300 saving. We want to invest in the next generation. And here's the third thing. I want to tell you a story. There's a great general manager who was just transitioning out of a dealership, and he's currently looking for his next job. His name is Robert August, and he's in Florida, but he's willing to move. He grew up in New Jersey area, so he knows. And he came to me and said, Brian, I'm going to use this downtime. I'm out of this dealership environment now. I'm looking for a new job, and I want to lean in. And basically, he decided to take all our online courses. And he wrote us a beautiful note. And he said, Brian, I was blown away with how much I learned. Now, all our online courses are on pcgtraining.com. I want to tell this story for a reason, because rarely do general managers have a chance to breathe and to invest in themselves. They're always on the clock. So he left this one dealership and said, I wanted to invest in myself. And he said, Brian, my mind is blown. And I've learned so much, I can't wait to apply. And as a teacher, as an educator, as someone who writes books and builds these courses, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. And you know what he said? He said, Brian, the next place that I go will be such a beneficiary of this knowledge, because now I have a much better, clearer understand how to bring all my marketing together, how my digital retailing experience. So I'm just going to try to reward him. If you know of a general manager opportunity that may be a good fit, Robert's willing to travel. He has a great heart and a great desire to be a leader. And he has been a great leader. He's been in the industry a while. Let me know. I'll connect the two of you. Robert August, that's O-G-U-S-T, I think. And I'd love to help him find his next dealership to run, because now he's equipped with a tremendous amount of knowledge and understanding. And I want to celebrate people who want to learn. I want to celebrate people who are passionate about education. Of course, I'm committed to educating the next generation of leaders. So there's my lunch and learn. Did you enjoy it? I mean, give me some feedback. We talked about developing a new set of eyes for digital retailing. We have to simplify our websites. We have to stop having 2 or 3 of the same type of tools on our VDPs. We have to have a consumer mindset, and we should have a brand experience that's clear, consistent, faster, easier, mostly online, to save people time. And that's the winning combination. And then I wanted to obviously talk to you about thinking about using messaging in your service scheduling as well as your digital retailing. And you can, bring that all together. You could do email promotions for trade-in, buying your car. You could do email promotions for service. And now, instead of making them go to your website and fill out a form, you could have relevant conversations, meaning the messaging system will start, hey, I'm here to give you a price on your trade, or I'm here to help you schedule your service. That's so much different than landing someone on a cold form and saying, okay, you got to do all the work. No one's here to help you. And then lastly, how do we use video to target the last mile, to really stand out to consumers who have a choice? And we're really doing some very cool pioneering with dynamic video, OTT, showing the vehicles, the pricing, the incentives, everything dynamic, creating these videos every night and then delivering them in that last mile to bring more qualified shoppers to the decision to buy from you, which of course helps inventory rate. And then in closing, remember, early bird pricing ends September 30th. Anybody who went to NADA Academy currently is enrolled. We have a $99 ticket for you for AAAS. And if you're looking for a great general manager, if there's an opening in your organization, I got a great candidate for you who's recently spent an entire month diving into all our courses. He's ready to rock and roll. So, hey, thanks everyone. If you're watching this after the live stream, follow any of the links in the comments area. Brian at brianpash.com to speak with me, or you can call Dawn at 732-450-8200 to get the NADA Academy ticket pricing. It's a great opportunity for you. That's all for now. Have a great day. And if I can ever help you in any way, I'm here for you. Thanks.